So you're interested in AI and how it's changing football.
Yeah.
Well, get ready to have your mind blown because today we're diving into some research. It's straight out of a sports tech fantasy. We're talking AI that can analyze football formations in ways that could seriously change how the game is played.
It's remarkable, really, this research paper. It basically wants to give coaches this powerful new tool. Imagine being able to just instantly understand your opponent, their tendencies, formations, weaknesses. It'd be like having a secret weapon.
Okay, so let's break that down. I mean, every coach, I'm sure, already analyzes game footage,
Yeah.
trying to get an edge right. So how is this different?
This is like next level. Think about it. Coaches spend hours and hours going over film, trying to find patterns, like what formations does the other team like to use? When do they use them? What are their weaknesses? Even with a whole team of analysts, it takes forever.
Yeah, that sounds exhausting. So this is where AI comes in to like save the day.
Exactly. This research uses something called deep learning.
Okay.
And before you picture robots drawing X's and O's,
Okay.
let me clarify something. This is more than just basic computer vision.
All right, you've got my attention. Tell me more about this deep learning thing. What's so special about it?
So deep learning, it's a type of AI that learns from tons of data, like huge amounts of data. In this case, they trained it to not just recognize that a player is on the field, but to actually understand where they are, their position, their role, even predict how they might move based on the formations. It's about giving computers actual football IQ.
Okay, you're blowing my mind a little. But let's get into the details here, where this research gets really interesting. You might be surprised to learn this, but the researchers got their data from, wait for it, the Madden video game.
I know. When I first read that, I was skeptical too. But it's actually kind of brilliant when you think about it. To train a deep learning system, you need a ton of data. Real game footage is limited, right? But a video game, that's a controlled environment. You can generate thousands of examples, and you have total control over the scenarios and the camera angles.
Like a 247 football simulator,
Yeah.
it's just pumping out data. But Madden's not a perfect replacement for the real game, is it?
Right.
What are the limitations there?
Yeah, you're right. There are definitely limitations. Video games simplify things. And the researchers knew that. They said that the Madden data was great for this stage, like proving that their concept worked. But for game day accuracy, you'd want to use real footage with all those different camera angles and things.
Gotcha. So it's like they built the AI's foundation on Madden, and then they can fine-tune it with the real-world scouting. Okay. So how does this system work? Is it just like one big AI brain, or are there different parts?
It's more like a three-part harmony. First, you have player localization. Basically, the computer puts a digital finger on each player in the image, figuring out where they are on the field.
Okay, so step one, mapping of the players. What's next?
This is where it gets really cool. Player labeling. The system has to figure out, okay, this guy's near the center. That's probably the quarterback. That group over there, those are the linemen.
Wait, so they didn't just program it to say, if a player is standing here, they must be in this position?
Nope. The AI had to learn those associations itself just by recognizing patterns in their positioning. It's really cool. And actually, fun fact, they initially tried to train the AI to read player numbers like we do, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I was going to say, blurry jerseys, weird angles, numbers hidden by the player in front. I've yelled at my TV about that before.
Exactly. The image quality and angles just weren't good enough for the AI to read the numbers accurately. So they had to find a workaround and just rely on positioning.
Okay, so the AI is mapping the players.
Yeah.
And then figuring out their roles. What's the last piece of the puzzle here?
The big payoff. Formation identification. The system takes all that data, where the players are, what their roles are, and it instantly identifies the offensive formation.
And we're talking about those super specific formations, the ones with the crazy names, right? Like pistol strong slot open.
You got it.
I totally made that up, didn't I?
Nope, you're exactly right. They trained the system on 25 specific formations, grouped into 5 main families. And remember, this is all happening instantly from a single image.
Wow. This is wild. Imagine if even casual fans could see this. You could just instantly know the formation just by looking at how the players are lined up. What does this mean for coaches?
It's like having X-ray vision for football. Coaches could instantly see how often their opponent uses certain formations against which defenses, and they could use that to their advantage.
This is incredible. But how accurate is all of this really?
Well, when they tested each part separately, like the player localization, the labeling, and the formation ID, it was over 90% accurate.
Wow. 90%. That sounds like robot revolution territory.
It's pretty impressive.
But there's got to be a catch, right? It can't be that easy.
Yeah, you're right about that. The accuracy did drop a little when they combined all three parts.
Oh, so the AI was like a star student, acing all the individual drills, but then fumbling a bit in the actual game.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The main problem was something called occlusion. Basically, when players bunch up, some of them get hidden behind others, at least from the camera's view. And since the AI was trained on Madden, which has those limited camera angles, it struggled when it couldn't see every player clearly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Madden data was innovative, but it still had its limitations. How did the researchers try to fix that, this occlusion problem? I mean,
They used this technique called data augmentation. It's really cool, actually. They basically made the data set even bigger and more challenging for the AI.
How so?
So they would shift the yard line. So the AI had to analyze the same formation, but at different points on the field. They also added some randomness to player positions to simulate those little movements players make before the snap. And they even rotated the formations to mimic different camera angles.
So they really put this AI through boot camp,
Pretty much.
making sure it could handle anything. Did it work?
It definitely helped. But even with all that occlusion issue, players hiding behind each other, it still caused some problems, especially when they moved from the Madden images to more realistic scenarios.
So camera angles still really matter,
Yeah.
even with all this fancy AI.
Yeah.
But in a real game, you have multiple cameras, right?
Right.
So wouldn't that solve the problem?
Exactly. In a real-world setup, with all the different angles we have now, that occlusion issue becomes way less of a problem. The researchers actually talked about that in the paper.
Okay, so the AI itself isn't necessarily flawed. It's just that the data had some limitations. But the potential is definitely there. You mentioned earlier that the AI, it needed to know the player roles to be accurate.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little more?
So remember how they tried to make the AI read player numbers?
Right.
Well, they found out that player roles were still super important, even without knowing the numbers.
So you're telling me that the AI could still make good guesses about the formation just based on where the players were standing.
Exactly. It's amazing. It wasn't as accurate when they removed the player labeling part. But the AI was still using positioning to figure things out. But when they gave the AI both pieces of information, player positions and their roles, that's when the accuracy really went up.
So the AI is basically learning football strategy. It's not just about where the players are. It's about understanding the roles within a formation.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It's like this AI is starting to understand those subtle patterns
Yeah.
that are so important in football. And that's huge because it means coaches could use this technology to really get an edge on their opponents.
Okay, so we've established that this AI, it can analyze formations before the play with really impressive accuracy. But that seems kind of limited, right? What about analyzing plays in real time during the game?
That's where things get really interesting.
Wow.
The researchers even admitted this is just the beginning. Imagine this technology, but in real time, during a game.
Okay. Yeah.
It's game day. The tension is crazy, and while the quarterback's calling the play, this AI is analyzing everything, giving the coaches insights in real time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you're saying the coaches could see the formation as it's being set up
Exactly.
and maybe even predict the play.
Potentially, it's like having a digital offensive coordinator right there in your ear.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be kind of unfair? I mean, where's the line between using technology and just straight up cheating?
That's a great question. And it's something every sport is dealing with. As technology gets more advanced, if one team has this AI analysis and the other team doesn't, is it really a fair game?
Right.
These are the ethical questions that leagues are going to have to figure out.
Yeah. It's like anything new, right? It shakes things up. Look at instant replay. That changed everything. This could be even bigger.
Absolutely. And it's not just about winning or losing. Imagine what this could do for commentators or for fans at home. You could see things that even the coaches might miss.
Yeah.
It could change how we understand the game.
Totally. So we've talked about coaches and fans, but what about the players? Could AI actually call the plays someday?
That's the big question, isn't it? This research focused on pre-play analysis and the potential for real-time insights.
Right.
But it's not hard to imagine AI taking an even bigger role.
Wow. This is some mind-blowing stuff. It really shows you how AI isn't just about replacing humans. It's about giving us new abilities,
Yeah.
helping us see things in new ways. And in a game as complex as football, Those insights are so valuable.
Totally agree.
So next time you're watching a game, don't just watch the players.
Yeah,
Pay attention to the technology too, because it's changing fast.
it is.
Well, you heard it here first. AI might be the future of football. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI and sports. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep learning.